Welcome to this presentation on B3 bands, the new way for seniors to exercise. I'm Dr. Mike DeBoer, president of B3 Science. In the next 25 minutes, I'm going to share with you a scientific breakthrough in exercise called blood flow resistance training and how it's going to apply to our wonderful senior population. I'm a former sports physician and one of the BFR experts in the world. I want to congratulate and thank Dr. Jim Stray-Gunderson, who pioneered bringing BFR to the United States. I believe he's the #1 BFR expert currently we have in the country. He's perfected this technique not only in seniors and everyday people, but USA Olympic athletes. And he developed the B3 bands. B3 bands have a significant impact on growth hormone. Why is growth hormone so important? Well, as you can see from the chart there, once we reach our middle 20s, our natural growth hormone declines. And with this decline, we begin to see the effects of aging, the weight gain, the loss of muscle, the aging and decay. With low growth hormone, especially into our senior ages, we see wrinkles, arthritis, low sex drive, cardiovascular disease, neurodegeneration of the brain and nerves, loss of bone density, other diseases like diabetes and hypothyroidism. The growth hormone effect on life is profound. In our senior population, if we can implement growth hormone therapy, listen to what Harvard University has said. Growth hormone can reverse the manifestations of aging by 5 to 15 years or more. There's no other single therapy currently available that can have the impact on the aging of the body that growth hormone can have. HGH can reduce wrinkles, tighten saggy skin, decrease body fat, increase lean muscle mass, boost energy, rev up sex drive, and make you look and feel decades, not years, but decades younger. The problem, to get these growth hormone boosts in our senior population, there's only two options. One, high intensity exercise, or number two, dangerous and expensive synthetic hormone injections. But why does exercise create this wonderful growth hormone? Well, we were developed to exercise. Humans are hunters, and they gathered and they thrived when in motion and surrounded by others. And aging, or the lack of exercise, aging is just the dry rot that we program into our cells by sedentary living, junk food, and stress. But the most important aspect of aging is living a sedentary or inactive lifestyle. And exercise, in my opinion, and there's many books and experts out there that also agree that exercise will be the #1 factor in the quality of your life after 50 years old. And many seniors have heard of the term sarcopenia, which is muscle loss with aging. Muscle loss starts at the age of 35, and we lose 1 to 2% per year. This increases to 3% per year at 60. This equates to 4 to 6 pounds of muscle loss per decade. Most people gain weight during this time, which means there's a dramatically higher percentage of body fat in the body. There's a biodirectional relationship in our body between muscle mass and the onset of diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, osteoporosis, arthritis, and even neurodegenerative disorders of the brain. We are 1.5 to 4.6 times higher to be disabled if we do not maintain an active lifestyle. And what is necessary? Well, I encourage all seniors to read a book, Younger Next Year, which talks about the secret to longevity. And they've cracked the code on exactly what every senior needs to do. It's 6 days a week of exercise, specifically 4 days a week of vigorous 40 minutes or more aerobic exercise, and 2 days a week of approximately 1 hour of strength training. Now, obviously, this presents a significant challenge because very few seniors can do this, but this is the secret to longevity and living a healthy life. In addition, especially in this time when we are concerned about viruses, vigorous exercise has been shown by prestigious universities to significantly boost your immune system. Regular physical activity and/or frequent structured exercises reduces the incidence of many chronic diseases in older age, including communicable diseases such as viral and bacterial infections. and during exercise, the number of some immune cells in the bloodstream can increase dramatically by up to 10 times, especially natural killer cells which deal with infections. This is right out of Harvard University, encouraging our seniors to get this vigorous, high-intensity exercise. And research even shows that it's beneficial for kids in the same way. So what is this high-intensity exercise? Well, if you're exercising as a senior and you're lifting weights or you're running or you're doing something vigorous, the easiest way to understand that you're getting this vigorous exercise is to feel the burn in your muscles. This burn, or what we call intensity above lactate threshold. Some of you understand the term lactic acid. When you get into this burn and this creation of lactic acid, that's where you get the greatest secretion of growth hormone. And if we were to measure that on an oxygen scale, your oxygen would be somewhere down around 30 to 35% in your muscles. When you do that, when you get this good burn for 5-10 minutes, you get post-exercise growth hormone and all the wonderful benefits. Well, obviously, many seniors, most seniors, I would guess that 98% of seniors cannot do high-intensity exercise. They don't have the time. The majority of them cannot tolerate this intensity of pain on their body. Many seniors are exercising, but they're not doing high intensity. They're not feeling the exercise burn. They're not getting any growth hormone. And finally, we now have, with social distancing, the inability for many seniors to get into a gym setting. Bottom line, very few seniors can do this high intensity exercise that's so essential to life. Well, what if there was a way for you to do light exercise 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, 4 minutes a day, and get a big boost of growth hormone? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about with this breakthrough in technology called B3 bands. B3 bands allow you to do exercise like the people on this screen, walking, mild exercises at home, exercise bike, and get the benefits of high intensity exercise. Imagine how easy it would be for you to go for a 10-minute jog or a 12-minute walk or a swim or jump on the exercise bike or elliptical for 6 minutes or do 4 to 5 minutes of strength training with no weights. Why does this work? Well, if you look at the pictures there, all of these people have the B3 bands on their arms, and some of them have it on their legs. When you put the bands on and pump it up, it safely slows down oxygen flowing in and out of your muscle. Now, it doesn't act like a blood pressure cuff. It doesn't cut off blood flow, so it's safe for most people. The general rule, and we'll talk about this at the end of the presentation, the safety rules, is that you can do any type of exercise, walking, running, jogging, swimming, biking, lifting weights, taking a class. You can use B3 bands. While you're doing light exercise, think of light exercise such as swimming or light weightlifting or going for a walk or walking up and down the stairs. Because you've got the bands on, you've got less oxygen going into your muscles. So the muscles fatigue much quicker, and you feel that wonderful burn in the muscles very quickly. Imagine in a couple minutes of walking, you're already feeling the burn in your muscles from deoxygenation, as if you've been jogging for 20 minutes. And then after exercise, you get a wonderful growth hormone surge, you get the immune system boost, and because you're doing light exercise, most people experience no pain or little pain and very little time needed for recovery. And not only are the bands great for athletes, but they're great for seniors. Even kids who have started exercising are some of the 6,000 people that very quickly we have using the bands. Now, if we were to measure you doing exercise with the bands, here's what it would look like. On the left side is an example of a middle-aged person doing bicep curls with medium weights. You can see they start at about 70% resting oxygen, and when they get to full fatigue, meaning they're feeling the burn, they're down around 30-35% oxygen. Next, this same group then put on the BFR bands, and they cut the weight in half, meaning they're doing half the weight, and they only need half the time to get to the fatigue. But look how deep they are getting into this fatigue or this oxygen deficit, how deep they're getting into feeling the wonderful burn from exercise. they're getting down around levels that are typically reserved for elite level athletes, and that creates a big growth hormone surge. In a study of middle-aged men doing exercise to fatigue with and without the bands, there was a 25 times increase in growth hormone in the group that had the bands on. Most people, most seniors have never experienced this level of growth hormone. And if they did, it was many years ago when they were able to do super high intensity exercise. Now, everyone can stimulate wonderful growth hormone with B3 band exercise. Everyone from 8 to 90 years old, even physically challenged people. And it's not just for people who exercise. We now have junior, pro, and Olympic athletes, celebrities, doctors, PTs, trainers, bodybuilders, teams, and clubs, all using B3 bands. Busy moms and dads, in under 20 minutes a day from anywhere, work, home, or travel, you can change your body with light exercise. Seniors, you can simply go for a walk. Put the bands on, go for a walk, even walk the dog for 10 or 15 minutes, and you'll feel the fatigue. Your body thinks you were running. Your body thinks you're doing high-intensity sprints, and you get wonderful results. How about seniors who are worried about sarcopenia, about building muscle? How many seniors do you know in their 70s that can put an inch on their arm and 2 inches on their thighs in 6 weeks? Well, that's exactly what Dr. Chris did, a 75-year-old dentist in Texas. When using the bands 5 days a week, doing light exercises, look at those arms and that muscle he put on his body, and he dramatically reduced pain and soreness, and he's getting the additional benefits of all the wonderful growth hormone. If you're a senior and you like to run, bike, or swim, you can reduce your training times by up to 50% and get better results. And the bands are even waterproof. Here's Estes and Kathy, who swim 10 to 15 minutes, 3 or 4 days a week. And I'll play the video here, and you'll see Kathy actually swimming, and she's just doing light swimming. And with this, she's dramatically stronger and fitter. She's getting growth hormone release. She's getting the cardiovascular system benefits, bone density benefits, and immune system benefits. Here's a few of our seniors who are physically challenged. Jeff has Parkinson's. He can't lift heavy weights. He has to balance himself. He's just doing a modified stance or modified light body weight squat and building muscle. Donna's a quad amputee. She can now work out in her wheelchair or on the ground and build muscle and strength doing light exercises from home. Here's one of our wonderful seniors who was confined to a wheelchair. This is Homer. I'll play the first video here for you. Homer, when we started Homer, we simply had him stand up and down with the bands on. He did this 5 times, would rest and do it 5 more times, and then rest 5 more times. 15 times up and down. Would take him about 5 to 8 minutes. He did that for a period of 2 weeks. Look what happened to Homer after just 2 weeks. Yet before the bands, he was unable to stand up and walk. Now within 2 weeks, he's already standing up by himself. And within 4 to 6 weeks, he's starting to walk again by simply doing light exercise. What's happening? He's getting a deep fatigue that most senior and most physically challenged people cannot even get close to. He's getting that wonderful exercise fatigue or burn in his legs, and it's stimulating wonderful changes in his body. Next, how about people who have injury in rehab? Many seniors that we have, probably over 100, have rehabbed twice as fast, and even the Kansas City Chiefs athletic trainer is using B3 bands to rehab his athletes. Do you know anybody with multiple sclerosis? There's a study at University of Illinois showing that people were able to do lightweight and see large changes in length strength. And Dusty, who's one of our wonderful users of B3 bands, can now exercise with no or little pain because it only takes a little bit of time and a little bit of weight to get that wonderful exercise high and burn. She's increased her stamina, her strength, and depression. She has less pain, and it's been a tremendous help with her mood because she can exercise again. Let me share with you a few of the wonderful studies. This study was done on the immune system benefits that shows BFR is a big boost to your immune system that you can't get from normal exercise. This is exactly what we need in this time of wanting to protect our immune deficient and our immune challenged senior population. Get them doing light exercise to boost their immune system. Muscle strength study, like we showed in Dusty and some of these other people. When you do BFR, studies show that light weights and BFR bands like B3 bands has the same effect as improving strength as heavy weight. Just like Dr. Chris put muscle on, just like we talked about all of the people out there that are challenged with sarcopenia, studies show that you build muscle fast when you do this exercise. Imagine in 2 weeks doing light exercises, 15 to 20 minutes, feeling that wonderful burn and seeing your muscles grow within 6 sessions or even as fast as 6 days. Bone studies show that bone density increases by simply walking with BFR bands. This study was done out of Japan. They studied women who walked for 3 weeks and they saw a wonderful increase in the markers of more bone density, making this an exciting potential benefit for people who are suffering from osteoporosis. Cardiovascular benefits. Many people think that this is dangerous to your cardiovascular system. Unless you have severe cardiovascular compromise, studies show that this is exactly what your cardiovascular system needs. Now let's go back to the beginning, what Harvard said. Harvard wants you to get 4 days per week of vigorous aerobic activity. So when you put the bands on and walk or do light exercise for 10, 15 minutes, that's exactly what you're getting. And it results in more energy, stamina, and endurance. Your cardiovascular system, through expression and release of a substance called VEGF, actually gets younger. You get better blood flow into painful tissues. All benefits and proven in studies by simply doing light exercise with BFR. Are you challenged with body fat or losing weight? BFR increases growth hormone, and growth hormone is exactly what your body needs to turn on the 2 enzymes which control the breakdown of fats in your body. Growth hormone can help you start burning stubborn fat in your body, and the best way to get that with blood flow resistance training. Here's another slide on the wonderful benefits of BFR, stimulating angiogenesis, building of better and younger blood vessels. And we talked about more energy, more endurance, less pain and inflammation in your body. Why does this happen? Because when you do vigorous exercise, you get a release from the arteries, the endothelial lining of your blood vessels, of nitric oxide, and this wonderful VEGF that is fertilizer for vitality, healthier body, better blood flow, and building bigger and better blood vessels. Look what a study showed on the benefits of nitric oxide release with BFR exercise. It increases blood flow and oxygen to your muscles. You warm up faster, rehab better, perform better. You have more strength, power, and explosion when you get nitric oxide release. It increases energy, stamina, and endurance, and it's a wonderful psychological benefit for people injured and people doing rehab and seniors who want to feel more energy and more functional power in their life. There's even a study that shows that BFR increases venous compliance, so that walking with BFR is actually healthy for your veins. In this study of 16 women ages 59 to 78, their leg venous compliance, that's the ability for blood to move through their veins, increased significantly in the group that walked with BFR. So ladies who have varicose veins, this is a wonderful type of exercise to stimulate improvements in your veins. Brain health. When you do BFR, studies show that it has a wonderful benefit of increasing cognitive function and releasing substances that help protect your brain. Those substances are IGF-1 and brain-derived neurotrophic factor. These studies show that BFR greatly increases these substances, which increase blood flow into your brain, which helps protect your brain and improves your cognitive function. Lighter loads is exactly what our senior population needs if they're going to get the release of these wonderful fertilizers and wonderful substances that increase and fuel our brains. Next, their studies show that vigorous exercise, go back to the beginning of our presentation, vigorous exercise, Harvard University suggests that this is very important. One of the benefits of vigorous exercise is it helps with a sluggish thyroid. It helps release thyroid stimulating hormone. Every hypothyroid person who's suffering from hypothyroidism should do regular high-intensity exercise. And that's exactly what B3 bands can help you do in half the time with half the work. In a study done in 2005 on 12,000 people, 32,000 sessions studied in Japan, here's what they concluded. BFR training is safe for healthy people and can be also applied to persons with various kinds of physical conditions, including cerebrovascular diseases, orthopedic diseases, obesity, cardiac diseases, neuromuscular diseases, diabetes, hypertension, and respiratory disease, making this a wonderful and safe exercise breakthrough for our senior population. And that's exactly what we call it, a scientific breakthrough. It has over 40 years of research and results coming out of Japan. We've now proved it not only in 5,000 people like it says there, but at the time of this recording, we're already close to 6,200 people in the United States that are experiencing the wonderful results. It's proven to release growth hormone. It's proven to get results similar to high-intensity exercise, and it's proven to help boost your immune system. So how do you get started in using the B3 bands? Well, first, we'd like you to take a 30-day test drive. Any senior that's watching this presentation, we're going to talk about this in a minute. We encourage you, try B3 bands for 30 days. Order your set of bands. We're even going to give you a coach, which we'll talk about. We'll show you how to get fast results in 30 days. And then when you get wonderful results, we simply want you to share it with your family and friends. Speaking of our programs and our coach, every single senior who buys a set of bands from B3 Sciences, you're going to receive an email from your own personal B3 coach that's going to send you one of 5 programs: lose weight, tone up, get in shape, build muscle, perform better, or walk for fitness. We'll show you very simple videos to follow to help you get started in putting the bands on and exercising. And we'll even send you a 30-day calendar and a guide with what exercises to do. At the end of 30 days, if you do not experience wonderful results, simply send the bands back for a full money-back guarantee. You've got 30 days from the day you receive them, not the day you order, from the day they hit your doorstep, experiencing the wonderful results. And if for any reason you're not wonderfully satisfied, simply send them back. Bands even come with a 12-month warranty. When you buy our B3 bands, we will even send all seniors a free set of exercise tubing. With this tubing, now you'll be able to work out from anywhere, from home, from a senior assisted living center, from traveling, from visiting loved ones, even from work or going to the park. You simply take your B3 bands and your exercise tubing, and you can exercise from anywhere. If you'd like to use a zero interest, zero down program and not spend your cash or use a credit card, you can even apply for our PayPal program and get the bands on no payments for 30 days and 6 months, no interest. And finally, we want you to enjoy your B3 bands and join us. We've got close to 2,000 people now on our Facebook group. Simply search for IMB3. Even if you're not ready to get the bands, join us. Go to Facebook, search IMB3, and join us on this group to see all the wonderful stories of people using the bands. And that's me in that picture there. I'm 56 years old and in the best shape of my life, doing workouts 10 to 15 minutes, 5 days a week. I've been using the bands now for almost 2 years. And finally, we encourage you that if you have any concerns about starting an exercise program, to consult with your physician. This safety rules card is going to come in your B3 bands. So make sure you review this before you get started. And if for any reasons, any of the contraindications on here are caution to you using the bands, discuss it with your doctor. Or if you feel like they're not for you, after you read this and get your bands, simply call us and we'll help you send them back to get a full money back guarantee. I want to thank all seniors, our wonderful seniors out there, for watching this exciting presentation on this breakthrough in exercise for our seniors in their golden years. We want all of you to be healthy, be fit, and be strong. And finally, I want to encourage you to share this video with other seniors that you care about so that we can help them too.